Collective. Thank you for being here. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I see you are out here breaking illusions. The masks are falling off. You be doing you be doing, and I feel people's lives be catching up with them. Yeah, let's see what is it that you be doing different collective lately. Because whatever you be doing, it seems like it's breaking illusions out here. It's breaking people's illusions. Yeah, I feel never jam today, empty words, not living in the now. Yeah, I feel you're breaking people's illusions by showing them that they are so more like they are not connected with reality. They are not in the now. These are people who are more like living in empty promises for themselves. They are making empty promises towards themselves. Never mind towards others. These are people who are living two lives. These are people who are wearing a facade. Yeah, I feel right now you are breaking illusions and making the mask fall off, because you are proving that you are in the now. You are very much connected with reality. Yeah, that's how you are breaking illusions out here. Yeah, you are becoming braver. You've took your experiences, your lessons as a learning curve. You took your experiences and grown stronger. Yeah, I feel your experiences gave you a new perspective. They made you a very much resilient. You had to learn to withhold and be restrained. You had to learn to be courageous. Yeah, I feel you taught people that you didn't play with your time. Pretty much you allowed your experiences, your lessons to be your teacher. Yeah, you are very much rare and free right now. You are very much rare and free. A lot of people are getting to realize how much they've neglected themselves. Mocking you, they were neglecting themselves, busy mocking you. You were the joke of the town. You were the funny one. Oh my God, they were busy focusing on you, forgetting to focus on themselves. Yeah, these are people who are now realizing there's not many like you. You were not, your intentions were always at the right place. These are people who are getting to realize your intentions were always at the right place. These are people who are getting to realize how selfish they actually are. How people pleasing they actually are, because some they didn't even want to come after you, but then they had to fit in. They had to be flying monkeys. They wanted to be minions, and they joined the whole club. Yeah, I feel these are people who are more like seeing, what, we were mocking you, whereas we were busy neglecting ourselves. Yeah, these are people who see you no longer care. Whatever they think about you, whatever they want to throw your way, it's more like you are powerful, and that's it. You know who you are. You know who you are. It's more like you are in that Goku mode. You've unlocked your Super Saiyan mode. You know what? Bring it on. Yeah, you're on that Super Saiyan mode right now. And then they get to realize, oh my God, there's levels to this. There's levels to this. And you know what? Collective has actually bypassed us. Yeah, these are people who are seeing that you have a plan, you are in the right direction. Yeah, you are out here breaking illusions, and the masks are falling off. Clearly, you are doing the most. Collective. I love it for you and for your discipline. I love it for you and your discipline. These are people who are now getting to realize they're gonna have to learn to focus on themselves, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not. Because if you don't like the sun, it's up to you, because the sun is gonna keep on shining. Imagine hating the sun for shining. That's gonna be something else. You can't just relax. Just relax. Yeah, these are people who wants to hate the sun for shining. You are bringing in positivity. You are bringing in motivation. You are bringing in light. You are bringing in encouragement. I feel you are of service to others. These are people who are more like They are angry because they are now getting to realize of how much they've neglected themselves, whereas they were mocking you. You took your pain and your struggles and turned it into your power, and now you are victorious. They still want to talk about you. Now they don't know what to mock. It's more like they give you respect, but then they won't say it to your face. Oh my God, these are people who are so caught up right now. They are so caught up. You know what? Shine bright like a candle. You'll make it through this. Don't worry. You'll make it through whatever it is that you're going through right now, collective. You are going to the unknown. You are going to the unknown. There's a lot of changes going on right now for you. There's a lot of changes going on right now for you. Yeah, follow your own advice, trust yourself. You know what is best for you. Follow your own advice. I feel, yeah, I'm talking to somebody who always follows their own advice. The advice that you give to others is the advice that you apply on your own life. You're not somebody who's more like selling a lie, selling a lie. You're not somebody who sells a lie. You whatever advice you give to others is exactly what you apply on your life. You practice what you preach. And I feel you found lessons out of that. You've discovered your purpose. You've discovered that through situations there's a lot to learn. I feel you found lessons in a lot of things, and you woke up to that. Right now it's more like you are in this moment. Nobody can erase your experience. Nobody can erase your wisdom. Nobody can come in between you and your enlightenment. I mean, nobody. Nobody. As much as they may want to downgrade, overlook you, they nah. It's more like them, they want to feel relevant about themselves, because some people, they are forever in this competitive nature. They are in this competitive mode. You don't know. I be feeling like maybe they represent number five. Five is about competition. Sometimes it's healthy competition, sometimes it's unhealthy competition. But then with the five, like I said, people who are more like feeling out, outside. They are feeling left out in the cold. They are feeling like more in competition. Yeah, it's more like that. Yeah, but then I feel you've learned from all those situations that people with small minds, they always are conflicted. They are always conflicted. Yeah, people who think small, they are always conflicted. Every change, it's challenging for them. If you have a small mind, whatever change is coming your way, it's conflicting. You even try to strategize on how you're gonna put in defense mechanism in case something, because you are always fearful. You are scared. You are limiting yourself. You are busy. Yeah, pretty much. uh Making yourself feel uncomfortable. Yeah, you want to get away with something. Yeah, you are in this lack mindset. That's the five number. Yeah, I feel you've learned a lot from that, and I feel these are people who are more like vibrating more on that frequency, and you're like, now you wake up to all that nonsense. Right now, I feel these are people who see you as pressure. They see you as pressure. you know yeah, let's see some more. Right now, just use your time wisely, collective. Use your time wisely. Every moment counts. Every moment counts. Do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. Just use your time wisely. Yeah, I feel you know what's up. These are people who wants to be superior and you be inferior. They can't run away with their agenda anymore. Their narrative, it's outdated. You took your story, you are now writing your own narrative. And now it's more like people are in their feelings. Yeah, you are writing your own story without anyone's narrative being attached to it. And there's no editing, and people are more like wanting to feel some type of way. Yeah, but then it is what it is. The rules are not fair anyway. You also have to do what's right for you. Rules are not fair anyway. You know, you only have you to do what's right for you. You only have you to do what's right for you. Continue believing and being weird, engaging in your strange encounters. There's gonna be a lot of new things happening, adventures coming your way. Continue believing. Yeah. Right now, let's see some more for the collective. Seems like the vibes is the vibes. The vibes are like that, the masks are falling off. You are out here busy breaking the illusions. Yeah, you are busy breaking the illusions. People are getting to realize how much they were actually neglecting themselves, giving lying to themselves. Pretty much they were lying to themselves, thinking I don't know what position is it that they have. These are people who are believing their own lies. Now I feel you guys, it was like you gave these people a reality check. Yeah. And they are so now bothered by you. They are so bothered by you. I feel you maybe, bothering these people. Look at this, his face. Like, oh, collective, why did you even do that? What are you doing? Oh my, you can be so annoying. Look at his face. It's more like he's not pleased with you having to give them a wake up call and saying, hey, you are living a lie. Wake up. That's not how things are being done. This is how things are being done. And you're like, not interested. You are so withdrawn. It's more like people are so bothered with the fact that you are giving them this wake up call and you are not interested. They are so bothered by you and you withdrawing your energy. It's more like you don't want to engage. Yeah, you are working on bringing in balance. You don't want to engage because they have a lot of work to do, and are not willing to be anyone's therapist. No, you don't want to be anyone's helping hand. You are more focused on yourself right now and on your life. You don't want to carry anyone's hand. Yeah, it's pretty much everyone has to carry their own. When it comes to spirituality, you are carrying your own. There's no family thing, there's no friends thing. No, your soul is your soul, your friend's soul is theirs. Yeah, so you're gonna have to listen to your own guides. Yeah, pretty much follow that inner you. That's your higher self. Listen to that inner you, because that inner you, that's the one who knows why is it that you are here. That's the one who would actually show you the mission of why is it that you are here, and show you your purpose, and actually learn to live a fulfilled lifestyle, a happy lifestyle. Knowing your purpose is much important. It's much easier because confirmation. Knowing your purpose is way too much easier for your life, because once you've healed and learned yourself and found your purpose, it's more like you move with life easier. You can tackle and handle challenges easier. It becomes, you can even reach what you are supposed to. People that you are supposed to meet, you'll meet them because you're in your purpose. Things that you have to do, you'll do them because you're in your. But when you are not in your purpose, allowing people to dim you, oh my God, your soul is gonna be terrified of you. Your ego is gonna be overwhelming your soul. Before you know it, even your soul will hate you. You start even hating your own self, your own life. You start speaking things like, "I hate my own life." Because you are busy making compromising decisions, you start talking such words. I hate my own life. I don't want my life. Starting envying other people's lives. You start, that's where it comes from. That's where it all comes from, because you are busy neglecting your heirs, busy trying to compete with other people who have nothing to do with you, don't even know you. you know you are busy saying, that's my friend. Yes, you may love each other, you may have be that bond, but everyone has their own soul purpose and their soul journey. Yeah, overall, these are people who are more like seeing you withdrawn. You are busy bringing in balance. They are forever stalking you. These are people who are stalking you. I feel they are learning with the three of building being here. It's more like they are inspired, some envy, but then they are learning, Most of them, they are learning from you. They are learning and seeing you moving to common water. They are seeing you are now at peace. You are now at peace. You are moving to peace. You don't want noise. You want harmony. You know, everything negative is like fuck off. I'm sorry to say. I will say I'm not going to swear for quite some time. But anyway, anything of not of peace is more like, please excuse me. Please be step aside. Yeah. These are people who see you don't regret losing them. You don't regret losing them. Instead, you've enforced your boundaries. You're now more direct with your communication. It's more like you're now more sharper. you know yeah, let's see some more on this. You continue shine bright. You'll make it through whatever is going on right now. Whatever you are going through right now, you'll make it through. Don't worry. Don't worry. You are in the right path. Exactly, the scales are being balanced for you right now. You know what? The scales are so being balanced. Justice is being served. Continue doing the right thing. Continue doing the right thing. Exactly. Continue doing. You've matured comparing to how you were before. You've matured a lot. Continue doing the right thing. You have a lot of people finding you very much magnetic. They see you as very much confident. Yeah, you come off as confident, working on your growth, working on your, it's more like you are expanding, you're working on your evolution. You have a lot of people watching your victory. They are watching you being successful in whatever that is that you are doing. I see there's something that you are working on that you are successful at. Yeah, with the chariot, it's more like they are so fixated. Yeah, they are so watching you surrendering. They are watching you releasing things that no longer serve you. They are watching you letting go. They are watching you no longer steering things along. Yeah, pretty much. These are people who are watching you taking risk, planning ahead, and making the world your oyster. Yeah, use your time well, collective, right now. Right now, utilize your time very well. There's no time to relax and play. Make those schedule, put on that time management, juggle and multitask. Yeah, do not sleep on yourself. Do not sleep on yourself. Make that schedule. Have time for yourself, your body, your creativity. You have time for everything. Yeah, be more rooted. Right now, I feel I'm talking to somebody who's more like, in their wish fulfillment. You are more focused on your security. You are more focused on your stability. You are more focused on your legacy. You may be building something. That's what's up. You are more focused on you and making a name for yourself. Pretty much. Yeah, you have you are so moving with the flow. You are so moving with the flow. Yes, look at you. You are being seen. Whatever it is that you are doing, I'm telling you, you are so being seen. You have people watching you being ambitious. They are watching you being self-confident, being self-victorious in whatever it is that you are doing. Yeah, you brought in big changes. You brought in big changes. It's more like you may have cut off a lot of things. Yeah, I feel you've brought in big changes, and it seems like you are not interested in a lot with the defense. Here it's more like you're defending your territory, you're protecting yourself. It's more like you come at your own risk. Not like literally saying you come at your own risk, but then you're very much wary on who comes forward. Yeah, you have this defense on. Yeah, and a lot of people are feeling left out in the cold. They are feeling so exactly. I cannot make this up. Are feeling very much left out of the cold. I feel these are people with like mindsets. I feel you are defending your exactly. Look at this. How are you going to even open your boundaries for such people? These are people who are going through judgment. You are defending them because they love to party. These are people who are fake. These are fake people. They always want to come in wanting gory details. They want the juice. They want to triangulate. These are people who these people. Yeah, but anyway, I feel they see you are so rooted. Right now, it's more like you are way too grounded, you are way too stable, baby. Yeah, that's the vibes. I feel they may even want to come propose something to you. Yeah, these are people who wants to reconcile. They may want to propose something to you. Yeah, let's see some more. On what's up. The law is not justice. Just follow your intuition. Do what's right for you. You know, Otherwise, you'll end up compromising yourself. Do what's right for you, collective. Do what's right for you. Be in control. Be in control. I feel I'm talking to somebody who's earned their respect. Yeah, be in control. Your energy is commanding this respect. Yeah, whoever I'm talking to, you have a lot of people, especially in your community. They are watching you with the four of once being here. They are watching you being stable. These are people who are watching you doing something that you love. I feel you may have even found your tribe. Yeah, these are people who see you very much bold. They are viewing you as very somebody who's too determined. You are going after what you want. These are people who are more like seeing you as such a visionary. You have this natural leadership about you. Yeah, these are people who are seeing you are way too dependable. You command respect. You are somebody of authority. Your energy on its own, it says you're gonna respect me. Yeah, these are people who want a chance with you. You know what? These are people who want a chance with you. These are people who are more like they see you bring balance. They love the values you stand for. These are people who actually love the values you stand for. Yeah, right now they are very much heartbroken by the separation from you. I feel these are people who may have wanted to break your heart. Right now is them are more like they're heartbroken by the separation. I mean, they step their own. Yeah, right now they are so stuck on you, very much fixated on you, with the three of inspiration being here. Continue being happy. Yeah, you come off as the sun. There's no way you can stop the sun from shining. Nah, there's no way. You come off as very much motivational. You come off as a very much happy with yourself. You come off as very much healed. Yeah, you know what is it that you're talking about. I mean, these are people who sees you are not scared to be weird and be strange. It's more like, why can't you do you yourself? You're busy being worried about me being strange. Why can't you be strange? Why are you busy wanting to be a part of a pack? Huh? Be yourself. Papa mahala. Why not? Tomorrow, what if it doesn't come and you didn't become yourself? You were busy trying to live under somebody else's projections. You were busy trying to please others. You were scared to be yourself. Just be yourself. As long as you are not doing it at the expense of anyone, just be yourself. Just please that inner child. Just please that higher self of yours. Yeah, that's it. These are people who sees you are so happy with your own self. You are so happy with your own weird ways, and you are very much comfortable. Yeah, let's see. You are so you are so not un you are so not bothered and uninterested in these people. Yeah, they are watching you. They have things going on. Believe me, it's not like they don't have things going on. Some they have more than you. They have a lot of things going on. I'm telling you, they have a lot of things. But then no, for some reason they are bothered by you and yours. Whatever you are doing is more like it's bringing in unexpected changes. Okay, yeah, these are people who are more like watching you've surrendered. It's more like you've let go, and they are like watching you. You may be things may be moving slow for you, but then you are doing whatever it is that you are doing, and you are in this driver's seat. The empress and the emperor, you are in this driver's seat. You are creative. You are having this action orientation. Yeah, you are very much action orientated. You are having this willpower. You are in your femininity. You are not stepping out of character. No, these are people who are more like, they are watching, they may be studying. Yeah, these are people who you walked away from. You walked away from these people. Yeah, they are watching. Right now, it's more like they are watching you bring the skill, balancing the scales for yourself. They are watching you. going through a situation, a period of something. They may be watching you going through whatever it is that you are going through, but then it's more like these are people who are seeing your transition. These are people who are seeing you um, doing what's right. These are people who are seeing you balancing the scales, being of duality. These are people who are seeing, I feel you are their karma. These are people who are more like remembering, having memories. Yeah, they weren't expecting for you to be this resourceful. They weren't expecting for you to be this resourceful and courageous. I feel these are people who were so more like, no, collective, nah. She is so collective, she's not capable of anything. I feel you may have been an enabler to their bullshit. You may have enabled their bullshit to an extent that they thought that they are bigger than the program, only to find out no, you were just being humble and actually trying to, bend the situation so that peace prevailed. But them being them, they were always in their ego. Yeah, they are so remembering, oh my God, on how they took you through challenges. They see you are a resilient being, man. You are so courageous. You have this restraint about you. It's like you are geared up for this. It's like you are geared up for this. It's more like you've been through a lot of spiritual warfares. You've been through a lot of spiritual warfares, and still you remained practical. And still you remained practical. Yeah. With you bringing in justice. Yeah, continue focusing on your pentacles, focusing on your stability, focusing on your money. Continue focusing on your money, and put in effort. Put in effort. You are moving to calmer waters right now. You are bringing in clarity. And the truth is about to prevail. You are bringing in clarity. You are bringing in awareness. Yeah, you are so respected. You are the emperor. I feel you've earned your emperor state. You've earned it, though people are scared to even give you your flowers, but then hey, you've earned it. You've healed. You didn't get it from credentials or any qualifications. It's more like you got your wisdom from experiences. That's what's up with you. You got a lot of your wisdom from experiences. I feel you may have been outcasted a lot. It may have been at home, with in your community, wherever you may have been outcasted a lot. You had to rely on you and having to research, enhance your knowledge. That's how you even got to find yourself. Yeah, whoever I'm talking to, yeah, clearly whatever is going on within you is coming to the out, is being exposed. Hence, people are now respecting you. You come off as very much healed. Yeah, you have this clear communication. You have this direct communication. You have this clear mindset about you. It's more like you know how to explain things to the root, from the root of things. You know how to explain things in details. Yeah, yeah, you know how to explain things in details. you know yeah, use your time well right now. Use your time right well and make every moment count. Focus on your stability. Focus on being rooted. Do not allow any negativity. Do not allow any negativity to come in right now. Just don't. Yeah, just don't, especially in these days. Especially in these days, do not allow any negativity to cross your mind. Yeah, just be more active, put in the work, be more rooted. Be more rooted. You're going to Coma Waters Collective. Yeah. Let's see, with you doing what's right and being in control. Yeah, you are letting go of things. You've released. Stop letting dragging things along. If there's things that you have to release them. Stop dragging things along. Work on things that you have to release. What is it that you need to be cautious at? There's something that may be bothering you, like, oh, I want to stop this, but then you keep returning to it. No, you're gonna have to work on releasing that. Yeah, I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you may have released a lot of things. We are all human, but everything, yeah, if there's something that you are stringing along, clearly there's a need for you to release. Yeah, because justice is here. The scales are being balanced for you. The scales are being balanced for you. I feel you're about to receive something. I feel you're about to receive something. And I feel it's all because of whatever it is that you are working on. Something about you and your higher self working together. Yeah, so I feel your higher self pretty much is requesting for you to release something. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's more like your younger self. It's requesting for you to release something, or be cautious. Or be cautious. Do not string things along. Stop lying to yourself saying, I'm going to do this, and then tomorrow you are not doing it, and then you be like asking yourself, why are you still stagnant? Why are you still on the same spot? No, release that attitude, release that procrastination. This is also the card of procrastination. Release that. Be like lying to yourself, I'm going to, and then you're not doing that. No, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, you're creating an extra burdens for yourself. You are creating extra burden for yourself. Let's see some more. Yeah, let's see some more collective. Yeah, be more focused on your creation right now. Be more focused on your creation. You are at a new beginning. I feel you are at the new beginning of your transformation, of things being about to happen. You are at your new beginning, so which is why it's important for you to be rooted, which is why it's important for you to be in control, which is why for you to ignore things that doesn't serve you. Which is why it's important to actually do the right thing. So be more focused on your creation. Yeah, I feel you've healed. If there's something that you need to release, I feel take it easy on yourself and work on your healing. Take it easy on yourself and work on your healing. Yeah, if there's a need for you to enhance and explore some other things, do that. If your soul or your higher self is calling you to explore and do that. Don't ask somebody, should I do this? Do I do? No, we don't do that here. If you are part of the collective, if your higher self is telling you, you know what, I'm gonna have to research on this, you are going after that. You don't have time to go around and ask people. Yeah, I feel right now you have a lot of people feeling devastated by you. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling devastated by you and this rebirth that you are going through. Yeah, you have a lot of people feeling devastated about you and this rebirth that you are going through. Let's see, any any angel numbers, angel messages. Oh, reminds this just a cover cut. 1, 2, 3. Vision. Focus on your vision right now. Focus on your vision right now. Be more creative. Creativity. 15, 15, 1, 2, 3. Focus on your vision right now. I feel there's a need for you to plan ahead. Plan ahead. Work on how you're gonna grow yourself. Work on how you're going to achieve your goal. Work on how you're gonna bring in that bag. Work on how you're gonna fix that body. Yeah, pretty much. Do what you got to do. Work on your vision. Fix your vision. How would I like to look? How would I like my money to look? How would I like my you know creativity to be looked at? How, yeah, work on your all your elements. Work on yourself. Yeah, work on your vision. Work on your vision, collective. Yeah, let's see some more. Yeah, 12, 12. Bring in balance on your vision. After you've created your vision, bring in balance. 12, 12. Work on that. Be committed. Use your time wisely. Do not allow negative things to actually come in. Yeah, pretty much do not allow. Be more grounded. Exactly. Be more grounded. Put in balance. 12, 12. Yeah, protect your energy from this, and from these negative forces, from outside forces, from people trying to send you a evil eye. Protect your energy from such, and prepare. Yes, as you are working on yourself, as you are working on things, you are preparing yourself for what's coming your way. As you are working on things, you are preparing yourself for what's coming your way. 143, 777, work on your alignment. Right now, just work on your alignment.